So I saw like a recommendation for a video that's like not my usual like type of video, but like the algorithm like knows better. And you know what? Why not? Why not check it out? I have no clue what it is about, but it is. It seems interesting. It has some like I don't fucking know. Like protect your peace. What's going on? I don't know. Like, I want
We
to
need to
know.
talk. We need to talk about this. This is going to be a really important lesson, I think, for a lot of us. These kind of upcoming, I guess, years or maybe like era, whatever you want to call it. But stuff is changing online. A lot of things have changed and are still changing, and we are going through a very transient period of the internet's lifespan right now. And
This is really true. Like, especially with like as much as like culturally, like we go through something with social media becoming so different than it was, and having such a different role in many ways, but also the AI technologies that also became something unbelievable, and I'm pretty sure like no one expected to be so relevant so early.
I feel like the way that I've been interacting with the internet has changed a lot over the past few years. There's been a very important lesson that I have had to learn to be able to navigate the internet at this day and age. I've decided to leave pretty much all social medias, and that was a really, really impactful decision for improving my mental health. The only platform that I'm really on at this point is YouTube, and I, occasionally go on like Instagram to post something or to respond to a message. But for the most part, I am pretty much exclusively far away from the social media culture at this point. And the reason why I made the decision for myself in the first place, even though it has obviously a pretty negative impact for me in terms of like being able to grow my online presence.
Yeah, as a content creator, like fucking like it's better to do it all. But like yeah, from a personal standpoint, like I'd say like if you have like your group of people that you care about, get the fuck out this fucking hellscape and enjoy your life while you fucking can with people that are actually fucking there, you know? Like
As like a YouTuber, it would be a lot easier if I was on these social medias kind of like cross posting or whatever. But that is because I had to teach myself to protect my peace. This is such an important thing on the internet these days, is to know how to protect your peace. So this is not going to be a Minecraft related video, but there will be some Minecraft footage in the background. But I wanted to post it specifically on this channel because I honestly just feel like it's important enough where I want you guys
what-
specifically on this channel
the literally 100% exclusive Minecraft channel.
because I honestly just feel like it's important enough where I want you guys all to see it. I can't really pinpoint to you when this change began, but for a while now, the way we interact with
It's a great it's like I think it's a great decision. Like if you care enough about your viewers and if you care enough about like people around you to actually fucking do that, like because technically like these videos, like like it could like actually put up like become a problem to your channel if you become like too opinionated or like so there's always like this risk when you fucking like do YouTube, whereas I do content creation, social media and stuff, because overall like giving your opinion is not playing games, and like but it's great that like you choose to fucking like care about others rather than caring about like some fucking like metrics on a fucking like website, you know.
internet, I feel has shifted and changed a lot. In the past, everyone would describe the internet as an escape from reality. It's a place where we would feel like we could be safe, and it would be a safe place for a lot of us. It would be a place where we can find other people like us and
This is actually true. And what's fun is that like a place where we can find other people like us. During the early era of the internet, it was the case. it was the case. People were like really different during like, so I do like WoW content. I used to play WoW during when it got released, right? So 2004, 5, 6, 7, right? And people during this era were actually really highly social and really like there wasn't like this fucking like de- like degenerates that like and overall these degenerate like it wasn't this extreme. People were like I was like a fucking like 12 13-year old like talking to people on the internet. Like I got mocked a couple times because like I remember I got mocked a couple times because I had a pitchy voice. I was talking like this because I was a kid, right? And but I never had any fucking weirdos or problems or whatever the fuck. And overall, the internet was a safe place, and you by playing games, you could socialize really easily with people. People were searching for connection, like, and where connection was able to be made, it was like easy. Now I actually uh like nowadays I actually try to fucking like socialize the good old way because the good old like back in the day because like this is how I grew up, right? And basically like I told myself, yeah, well, back in like life didn't change this much. It fucking did. Like going into Discord servers, getting into new games, even social seeing games that are seen as socials like social such as like MMORPGs and stuff, it became like so different and so like it's not that it's not inclusive. It's just like people just like overall mentalities and view of the space and view of the world really changed, and it became really difficult to connect with other people even as a gamer just wanting to like find people that play games with to play games with, you know. And yeah, like this changed and this will never come back. Like because like there was like this part of really innocence that like back in the day we all had. If you're a veteran on the online, you know what I mean. Like the good old like fucking like Halo, Call of Duty, fucking like games where like people were talking and it was like it wasn't this like fucking like I don't know oppressive or like aggressive or like just like it was just this everyone was a casual basically. Everyone was a casual and everyone was a newbie, you know? And because of that, like everyone was really innocent in their way to interact with people, in their way to play with each other, and it was really a fun time. Fun time that will never go back. You can find people like this, but now you need to search for them. And basically, the answer is that like it still exists technically, but you really need to do like a groundwork and basically like keep searching until you find. It's not like I used to like I lived it when I was like a teenager, where you would log in into lobbies and make friends like that, and sometimes friends for life, man. Like my friend, like sometimes friends for life, and this was like really like what it was all about, the internet back in the day, friend. You know? So yeah.
To find friends and to find community and to watch videos that made us laugh or made us happy. The internet just felt so different back then. It felt like such a positive and optimistic place in a lot of ways. And of course, it was never perfect, but I'm sure that most of us can agree that for a while it was a very different place and it was a place where we could actually feel at peace in a lot of ways. And lately, I don't really feel that way about the internet anymore, and I find myself constantly having to scroll back through the internet's history to actually find that sense of comfort and safety again. And what I mean by this is I have to resort to watching things that are like 6, 7, 10, 12 years old now on YouTube because that sort of those sort of videos were just a lot more like simple and just lighthearted and
Yeah, exactly. Lighthearted
not
is the
trying
term.
to grab your attention all the time. Whereas now,
And it wasn't like this fucking like weaponized and just like merchandised, and I don't know, like just like it wasn't like this fucking like it wasn't so monetized Like people were just doing stuff because they liked it, and there wasn't like a money grab after that. And a lot of YouTubers that like are still like that became like really like big right now did like that were like already doing YouTube back in the day. They were doing videos just because they like to do videos. As I kept on doing, and then they learned that like you can actually make money out of it. And basically they were like already like on top of like their own legacy, because like basically like all the stuff that they did, well, basically like it paid off because like it became like something that they can live off from.
Nowadays, a lot of the videos that I get recommended on my homepage is like that. It's always trying to steal something from you, it feels like. Either your attention or your money or your time or your sanity by feeding you just this crap. It's like a bombardment.
Strangely enough, she's right about sanity. Like some videos that I get recommended are just like, bro, like what the fuck is wrong? Like, I don't want to fucking like feel worse by going on the by following your recommendation, by following the recommendations of the algorithm. Why the fuck? Like sometimes I get recommended like the most fucked up like things that are like really like catering to me, like basically like I don't fucking know, like just suppress things, you know. And it's just like, yeah, it caters to me, like the algorithm is right, but it's like s- I want to be happy, fuck you.
Of
Like
freaking pain and anger and sadness and like it's just so overwhelming. And no matter how many times I've had to scrub my homepage of these sort of videos, they would always come back. They would always seep themselves back into my suggestions, even though I'm telling the platform over and over again, do not recommend me these types of videos. And they would just keep doing it over and over again. And it's so hard to escape from these sort of videos because they just get pushed because they're the most attention grabbing ones. And it's incredibly harmful to watch this type of content on a daily basis. And it's so much worse, I feel like, on other platforms like TikTok or Instagram or any like short form content sort of platform because you are just being fed this repetitively. You have no say or choice in what sort of video you will be watching.
this is true, and one of the problems is it's a question of education. Do you understand what that you're getting fed, you know, information? Do you understand what it means to you, you know, like because like this will change you as a person, like this might, you know. Sometimes it does, like you don't know, like depends on the person. But like if you don't fucking know that like it might like it might be able to change you, or it might be that you're getting like fed these informations. Well, it's really different to actually understanding it and actually choosing to scroll, you know. Like it's kind of like, I don't know, taking like I don't know, like taking a strange product and not knowing what it is, while or knowing or taking the same strange products willingly, because while knowing what it is, knowing that it's harmful, you know.
In that very moment. You scroll and you have no control over what you are being shown. And that is scary to me because just if you are on these sort of platforms, think about how many things you wish you couldn't see. Things that you have no reason, no business watching because it doesn't serve you in any way. It doesn't do you any good. If anything, you either forget about it a second later or it'll stay with you for way too long because it hurt you in some way. And I am so tired of seeing these sort of videos and these sort of like just this content on the internet. It's like it's so sickening in a way. The internet was once an escape from reality, but nowadays I find myself having to escape from the internet back into the real world. I have to remind myself to go out.
But maybe it's a good thing. Like let's think about it. Like if the fucking internet becomes like such a fucking hellscape, like it makes people like consider going back to the fucking like real world. Maybe it went full circle, and actually it will make the life of like people better, because like as much as like some people are like some people are there some people are there because they like it, uh some some people will be better off fucking like leaving this fucking like place and just like enjoying what they have like in this world, the real one, you know.
Outside and just tell myself like the internet is a separate place. This is not reality. This is not what reality is, and remind myself that the real world exists out there and it is mostly fine. It is mostly normal and we are all just living our lives like regular people. But the thing is that the internet is not just crap now. It's not all bad. There is still so much good out there. And I know that because I find that sort of stuff. I'm constantly on the lookout for really good content and videos and photos and just things on the internet that are being made by real people, by passionate, creative, wonderful people. Like specifically talking about on YouTube, I'm constantly on the lookout for small creators, new creators, people who have something fun or interesting to share and to bring out into the world. And there are so many amazing people like that that are still around. But the thing is, it is so much harder to find them these days because they are not what's being pushed anymore. It is mostly this rage bait, clickbait, like just content that's supposed to steal something from you. This is like scamming on a whole new level because you don't really even realize it. But yeah, I would consider all of these sort of trending videos that are just completely maddening. It's a scam to me because they are just taking things from you and you are not gaining anything out of it. It's stealing your time, your attention, your money, your peace. You need to protect your peace. This is a skill that we all have to learn to be able to navigate the internet.
And this is true, and the problem is that like it's more complicated than and well, if she has to fucking like tell you about it, and you never fucking thought about it, and maybe it's like not the fucking easiest thing to fucking do. If she, I can tell you that like it's not like it is something that people must be educated about, or else it will be trial and error and good luck. And to be honest, I don't want to be the bearer of bad news, but like this is what will happen for most people: trial and error and good luck. For some, it will be great. For some, it will be fucking awful. And why? Because while we understand like the internet and like all the intricacies that like it does to you, to your life, etc., etc., etc. Like we barely have a clue, and people who have a clue is actually like are like within it and like kind of like suffering like the consequences of like it doesn't matter, like it has it like even knowing like it still has an impact on you. So yeah, it's like so protecting your peace. Yeah, how? Good luck finding out because it depends on everyone, and overall like what she said is true. Like what she said is interesting. Maybe if yeah, maybe if the internet like becomes such a fucking scary place and just like fucked up place, it might like fucking save people by just making them leave and save themselves from like this fucking like I don't know, like doom scrolling error, like that people fucking like got into,
Internet right now and probably in the future because I don't really know how the internet is going to look like in just a year or two from now, let alone 5, 10 years. Who knows, right? But right now, so many things are changing, and this is a very important skill to learn. Protect your peace. Do not let the internet take control of your mind. First of all, remember that this is not a reflection of reality. This is such a curated, fake place. Even just me talking to the camera right now, this is a very controlled environment. I just sit here and plan my thoughts and look presentable or whatever, and I'm like, this is obviously not a reflection of my life, but let alone the whole internet, right? That's a whole different level of pretty much fakeness. Nothing is as good or as bad as it seems, and that goes for real life and that also goes for the internet. A lot of the things that you see out there, no matter how believable they may be, there will always be another layer underneath that you will not see. There is so much good out there, but you need to know how to.
I think it's true, but like it's not an absolute. Like not everything is a fucking trap at the end of the day. Not everything is like out to fucking get you, Because like this is like, but this might be because like she suffered from it. But like not everything is out to fucking get you. Like while I agree that like with what she says, like I don't think that like thinking that think like I don't think that like absolutes are like a good way to think about things. But like, not everything is a trap. Not everything is not a trap, right? But at the same time, you get me. Like like some things are just nice, you know. Like some things are just nice, and the world is not out to get you. It's just the way that the world functions right now that makes it sometimes look like so, seem like so, but it's not the case. It's more the organization and the programming of the whole fucking like internet space and social space nowadays that makes it look like this, and that makes it really really like hostile to people. But it is not like, but there is no one like out to fucking get you as we speak, you know, like unless you like. So it's important to kind of like know the difference. Yeah, most people, most fucking like ads are scams and most like stuff, but at the same time, like it's really like bad for your for your psychological health and mental health to fucking think that like everything is against you, you know? Like not everything is against you. Not everyone is trying to fucking sell your product, and not everyone is just trying to fucking like suck the life out of you or hurt you. There are like some people, but like not everyone. Like just think about it this way: do you really think that like you see the people on the fucking internet? Not everyone. Like, do you think that like people are so diabolical? Like, and I'm talking like even about like fucking like important people, important event. Like people are not like these diabolical people ever that people think that they are. You know, might it be people, organizations, whatever the fuck. Like the world is not out to get you. People are not that fucking insane or that fucking like dark and like fucked up, you know? Like, but the way everything is programmed and the way social life within the internet and these days is organized make can make you feel so, but it's completely a conspiration. Like, and that it's a conspiration that like you that people like are so evil that they conspire against other people. Some people are bad, right? But like there is no like this fucking diabolical fucking massive masterminds leader of the world understanding of everything that like are coming up after you, you know? Like we'll like take the time to fucking think who the fuck could fucking do that, and who the fuck will actually choose to fucking do that if they were like this fucking like talented, you know? Like I don't fucking know. Like maybe I'm wrong about this, and maybe there's someone out to get you. actually, actually, like, but I don't think so, to be honest.
Find it because it's becoming increasingly harder to navigate this place in a healthy way. You have to learn how to protect yourself from all the bad stuff that's going on and focus on the good. Not all of us can sit here for hours on end and handle a barrage of just negativity. It's everywhere. It's in the comments, it's in the videos, it's in the photos, it's in the news. It's inescapable. And that is not healthy. It's not normal. You should not feel like you have to take on all of this burden that the world and the internet is pushing onto you. It's not your responsibility. You do not have to be aware of every single
This
problem
is
in
true.
the world. That is feasibly impossible and totally unrealistic for anyone. So if you feel so deeply that you need to step away, do so. If you feel like your feeds are
Absolutely.
being completely bombarded with negativity and it's affecting your mental state, you need to step away. You need to learn how to block things, how to block people, how to disable things, and how to tell the algorithms that you are not interested in this type of content. Because with enough pushback, you can make a positive change for your environment.
Yeah, you need to educate yourself that you can cater yourself to, and like I think that like what people should fucking like try to fucking get out of is this fucking need for this fucking like thrilling content, because usually this fucking thrilling content like high like I don't fucking know high stakes or like important like dangerous kind of like edgy content, it's edgy content that people are after, and it's usually fucking negative and stuff like that, and people just like need to fucking get out of it, and they'll discover a fucking life that like they do not know about, you know. And when it comes to social media, you can like discover a fucking like algorithm that is actually like working for you, like serving you in a way that like never shows you like anything that is like fucking like that will ruin your day, that will make your life worse, you know. But you it's an algorithm. You need to work for that if you fucking like trained it to fucking like show you nasty stuff, you know, show you fucked up
On
stuff.
YouTube, what I have to do over and over again is tell YouTube that I'm not interested in certain types of videos. Usually, this would just be anything super like rage baity or commentary ish, things that are drama related or like talking about the state of the world in some sort of way. Because most of the time, these videos are really not helpful to you as a person in any way. Sure, you may be more informed about something. In most cases, for most people, like it's completely pointless to know these sort of things. And I'm not saying to be completely like shut off to the world and like live under a rock, but you need to know your limit and you need to find like a balance for yourself that's actually reasonable because you can't expect to give anything to anyone or to fight any sort of cause if you don't even have enough to fight for yourself. You need to prioritize yourself before you can prioritize anyone else. If you're on YouTube and you're tired of seeing negative content, please, please do yourself a favor. Click those three dots, click not interested, click hide this channel, like don't show this channel to me anymore. Do what you have to do to protect yourself. Because honestly, I'm sick and tired of seeing these types of
And this is the best advice that she can give you, and that I agree with. Do the fucking work to fucking like. No one will fucking like help you to fucking not get hurt. No one fucking cares. No one fucking knows. It's your own life. It's your private life. It's your intimate life. And unless you really strive to search for help, no one will fucking do it for you. So do it yourself. While it's not too late, it, while it didn't ruin you, you know?
videos over and over again. I don't really gain anything from them. If anything, they just leave me
And this is work, but like your life will improve if you actually fucking stop like just like think about it this way, you know, like if you watch videos about like if you watch consume content that is all about like negativity, drama, high stakes, and let's say like I don't fucking know, like thrilling things, right? Well, do you think your life improve if you actually like feed yourself, consume media that is mostly like talking about negative or like sad feelings, right? Negative or sad feelings, right? How does it improve your life? Like for the better or for worse? And I think about like watch like having like only consuming content that talks about like positivity, like happy feelings. How does it improve your life? Obviously it does. And basically like the whole work is just like binary at this point where it's just like remove the fucked up stuff, remove the negativity, and just consume like healthy, like just like innocent stuff that like doesn't fucking hurt anyone and doesn't fucking leave you fucking like shaking because like you just like learn this stuff that like will not will make you made your day completely like strange or like change your mood completely, you know?
feeling so bad afterwards. A lot of times, these sort of videos completely change my whole day because when I go on like a little
Here you go. Exactly.
watching spree of just weird negative drama, weird commentary that is about this bad thing that's happening. These sort of videos, they may be entertaining, but they ultimately leave me feeling a lot worse, and that follows me throughout the entire day. And I feel like I can't even move on from it until the next day starts. So it's like my whole day is gonna be like off put and ruined because of this stuff that I chose to consume that day, that sort of content and media that I chose to watch. And it's taught me to really, really be careful with the stuff that I'm watching because it deeply affects me. And it may not be the same for everyone, but I know that I'm not the only one. I am very like emotionally affected by anything that I watch. For an example, the other day I was watching this show and it was already a very heavy show. And I finished the first season and I was mostly fine afterwards. It did leave me a little bit kind of like on edge. But then I started the second season and it threw me for such a freaking loop. I was completely unexpecting the traumatic event that would happen within that next season and I was so affected by it. I had nightmares when I went to bed that night. I was incredibly put off. I was paranoid. I was scared. I was constantly thinking back to what I saw. I cried a lot while watching it, and it just really, really negatively impacted me. A show that's completely fiction, let alone like videos talking about real things going on in the world. A show did this to me. It like completely threw off a good few days for me.
And remember that like sensationalism, so sensation, so basically like virality, so what's viral is what sells. So the news that you get on your fucking feed is usually something that is sensationalism. This is like the most like selling media to people because it's shocking, because it like can cause some caught caught you off guard, like and because it like make you feel strong emotions. And sensationalism, it became like such like even within between journalism, like journalists, like good journalists actually fucking despise sensationalism because it's basically like spam, like spam, uh, scammy spam, basically. So like it's basically scams, but like it talks about real stuff, but basically it's to attract your attention by showing you something fucked up and that like you never heard before, right? And basically like this is stuff that like it's basically like the trash journalism, like. And to be honest, like yeah, you need to fucking like do the work to fucking like get out of it, because it sells. Yeah, it's fucking like weaponized against you to fucking like sell and make number to create metrics on their side. Like these people, they know what they do, and they know that like basically like armless people, basically like people that like don't know much more, don't know much, they fucking like click and they fucking watch, right? So what you can do is actually like fucking like get out of it yourself, because like the people who try to sell it, they try to sell it. Why? Because it's their livelihood. Like
I had to stop watching it. I just decided to look up the ending on the internet to just give myself that closure to the story, and then I was like, nope, no more. I can't. Like, I seriously can't. And then after watching that, I decided to watch this video on YouTube that I didn't really know what it was about at first. It was a Solar Sands video, and it was called Humanity's Greatest Sin or something like that. Lo and behold, oh, it was a sin, all right. Oh my god, it was about freaking factory farming, animal cruelty, horrible, horrible, horrible real life stuff, and it made me feel so deeply, so deeply terrible. So deeply terrible. I was crying. I was really, really affected by it. And it's even worse because that's like real life stuff. That's stuff that you leave that video knowing that this horrible stuff is happening in this world. And that's just awful. And it's great that I was able to be informed, but at what cost? At what freaking cost? And that's like the tricky part about these things is like you want to be in the know, you want to be able to help, you want to, advocate for what you believe in, but you can't do it at the cost of your sanity. So that was a pretty big reminder to myself of why I decided to start using the internet in a different way lately. And then I slipped, as sometimes I do, sometimes you'll just end up watching the wrong thing or seeing the wrong thing and it'll stay with you for a while. And yeah, that's why I wanted to make this video, is because I had those few days where I was reflecting on this. Like, I need to be careful with what I watch because it really, really does affect me. The internet is full of just crazy, crazy stuff that you would be better off not seeing. There are so
absolutely
many
true.
better things you could be watching, so much good you could be doing with your time rather than just spending it scrolling through an endless feed of misery and doom, because it's not a reflection of the real world, no matter how
Absolutely.
bad it seems. So please, please, please protect your peace. Go out of your way to block things you do not want to see. It's serious. Like, I don't want everyone out there to be constantly miserable just because of what they see online. If you enjoy watching certain videos, maybe you're really into, I don't know, for me personally, I really love watching like old Minecraft Let's Plays and stuff like that. Stuff that just puts me into like a very peaceful, happy mood, that sort of stuff. I will watch that whenever I feel a little bit like upset because it comforts me. And lately I've been watching a lot of just really feel good videos no matter what they are. Like I just really try to stay in a good spot when I'm on the internet because it helps me feel just a little bit better, you know? I try to watch things that inspire me. I try to watch things that make me happy, that make me feel calm. And actually after I had that kind of thing with all this bad stuff that I was watching, I went back to just watching some comforting videos that I have watched 1,000 times because it made me feel so much better. It eased my soul and it helped me calm down. So I just try to really pick and choose what I watch on the internet because it really does affect me. And I think it affects everyone to a certain extent, even if you may be less like emotional or sensitive compared to like my reaction. Still, like it will still leave some subconscious effect to you.
She is absolutely right. Like, never underestimate what media does to you, what these interactions that do to you. Never fucking think that like you're too good, but too good to be fucking like too good to be too good or too uh yeah, too good to be affected. Like, because this is the best way to fuck yourself up in a way that like you'll never freaking forget. But like, like no one is too fucking good or prepared for this, and you should always be careful no matter who fuck you are.
No matter what. No matter if you're the most macho, strong, healthy minded person in the world, you're still
Exactly.
consuming that and it's still going into your brain in one way or another. So just keep that in
Absolutely.
mind, okay? Please protect yourself. Please keep yourself safe. Just take care of yourself because the internet is really, really messed up in a lot of ways, but there is still so much good out there and I just want you to be on the lookout for it. Try to push yourself away from the negative stuff out there if you can. Be responsible with your own mental health and with your well-being, okay? I just wanted to share that because I think it's really important
Such a
and I
lovely
know that a
message.
lot of us are going through a lot of stuff lately and the internet's current state is definitely not helping, but there are still a lot of things you can do to make it a bit of a more enjoyable place for you. And I think for the most part the way that I am on the internet these days is pretty good. Like when I'm being responsible, I'm pretty well off on the internet. I scroll through really fun and inspiring Pinterest pictures. I'll watch really fun videos that put a smile on my face or teach me something new or inspire me or like is about something that I'm really interested in. And yeah, there is still a lot of good things out there that you can find. So just look out for them, okay? And look out for yourself. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed that little video. I know this is not Minecraft related. This is a Minecraft channel.
This is really a great message. I really like this. I really like the way she presented this whole thing. Like, I think that it was important to her, and it was like something really like it's something really true, and she really like understood the problem like that most people like never even get a glimpse of, like never, because like it's kind of like if you don't know the words, like if you don't know the name of your problem, how the fuck can you know that you have a problem? You get me? And basically what she says is true, and I will just add that like if you cannot, like she says, protect your peace by catering, by actually like taking the time to work on the content, like to take the time to rethink about the content that you consume, and take the time to actually do the work, do yourself the service of like this allowing you to actually fucking stumble upon this content that is hurting you. Well, ask for help. Ask for help, like because like your health, your happiness is more valuable than like than a fucking like messed up algorithm. and that you cannot fucking fix.